Hello, welcome. Here we'll learn together step by step how to flourish in a new community, build strong connections and experience a more fulfilling life in the United States. Are you ready? Let's get started. The most practical and useful parts of California's tenancy laws that you should know. First, rent control and increases. Under the Tenant Protection Act of 2019, also known as AB 1482, landlords cannot increase rent more than 5% plus inflation per year with a maximum of 10%. For notice for rent increases, if the increase is less than 10%, landlords must give 30 days notice. For more than 10%, they must provide 90 days notice. There are some exemptions like single-family homes owned by small landlords, provided they are not owned by corporations or LLCs, and buildings that are less than 15 years old. Next, evictions and tenant protections. For tenants living in a unit for 12 or more months, there are just cause eviction rules. At-fault reasons include non-payment of rent, lease violations, illegal activity, and refusal to allow entry. No-fault reasons include the owner moving in, withdrawing the unit from the rental market, or a government order. If the eviction is no fault, landlords must pay relocation assistance equal to 1 month's rent. Lastly, security deposits. For unfurnished units, the limit is 2 months rent max, and for furnished units, it's 3 months rent max. Landlords must return the deposit within 21 days after the tenant moves out. If deductions are made, they must provide an itemized list with receipts. Landlords must provide safe, livable housing, which includes things like hot water, plumbing, heating no pests, and secure doors and windows. Urgent repairs, like a broken heater in winter, must be fixed within a reasonable time, often 30 days. If repairs aren't made, tenants have rights. They can withhold rent if the issue is severe repair, and deduct up to 1 month's rent, or file a complaint, or even sue the landlord. Month-to-month tenants should know, if a tenant wants to leave, they need to give 30 days notice. If the landlord wants the tenant to leave and the tenant has been there for less than 1 year, the landlord must give 30 days notice. If the tenant has been there for more than 1 year, the landlord must give 60 days notice. Late fees must be reasonable and stated in the lease, usually up to 5% of the monthly rent. While no state law requires a grace period, leases may include a 3 to 5 day grace period. If a tenant breaks a lease, they are responsible for rent until a new tenant is found, but the landlord must make reasonable efforts to re-rent the unit. It's illegal for landlords to raise rent, evict, or harass tenants in retaliation for things like complaining about repairs, reporting housing code violations, or organizing tenant groups. These rules help tenants and landlords understand their rights and responsibilities and avoid unnecessary disputes. For more detailed information, please visit the relevant authorities' websites.